In Trinidad, the loudest person in the room is automatically the leader. Not the smartest, not the most consistent, not the one with results, the loud one. The one who could talk, the one who could embarrass you in public, the one who could raise their voice and make a scene. And if that already making you uncomfortable, subscribe. Because this podcast is for people who tired of performance winning over productivity and tired of living in a country where noise gets rewarded and results get ignored. We living in a place where volume is treated like value, where presence is mistaken for competence, where a man could do nothing for 5 years, but once he could give a speech and cuss somebody, he becomes a national hero. And if you feel attacked right now, sit with that discomfort. Because if you ever confuse loudness for leadership, you part of the problem too. Now watch how this plays out in everyday life. You ever take a maxi taxi and realize the driver is the CEO of noise? Man blasting music like it's Carnival Tuesday, 7:15 in the morning, talking loud, cracking jokes, cussing other drivers, stopping anywhere for one passenger like traffic laws is suggestions, and everybody laughing, everybody entertained, nobody asking the real question. But wait, why are we still not reaching? Because in Trinidad, entertainment is often more respected than efficiency. The driver could waste 40 minutes waiting to fill up, but once he's loud and funny, everybody forgives the wasted time. And if you complain, you become the bad mind. You become too serious. If that's sounding like you, sit with it. Because some of Aliyah does accept nonsense as long as it comes with vibes. And that mindset doesn't stay in the maxi. It enters the workplace. You ever watch who gets promoted in some offices? Not the best worker. Not the one who consistent. The one who could talk. The one who could show face. The one laughing loud in the lunchroom. The one dominating meetings, even when they saying nothing. Plenty talk. Plenty confidence. Plenty we need to do better. But as for deliverables, silence. And if you question it, now you watching people. Now you trying to show people up. Because in Trinidad, asking for results is treated like disrespect. But loudness, protected. Be honest. Who does get promoted where you work? The worker or the talker? Sit with that. And if you're the quiet one doing the work while the loud one taking credit, subscribe. Because this podcast is for builders trapped in performance environments. Now let's move to public systems. Licensing office. You reach early. 6:30 a.m. Folder in hand. Photocopies ready. Prepared. And you standing there watching workers behind the counter, liming. Laughing loud about weekend fete. Arguing loud about food. Talking loud about everything except work. Noise everywhere. Progress nowhere. Then after hours. System down. No urgency. No apology. But raise your voice. Suddenly service moving. Supervisor appear. Attention shift. So what you learn as a citizen, quiet people suffer, loud people get service. So culturally, we train ourselves to be loud to survive. And once loudness becomes survival, it becomes identity. If that hit a nerve, sit with it. Now let's go home. Family. Because this is where loudness becomes emotional power. You ever witness a Trinidad family argument? It's not discussion, it's competition. Who could shout louder? Who could embarrass deeper? Who could dominate the room? The loudest person automatically winning, even when they're wrong. And the calm one, the mature one, they get labeled soft, frightened, too quiet. Or the classic, you feel you better? So calmness becomes arrogance, and loudness becomes righteousness. And if you're the calm one constantly drowned out, subscribe, because you're not weak. You're just surrounded by people who mistake noise for strength. Now let's move to community culture. Pala Lime. Same men every night. Politics. Crime. How Trinidad spoil. Everybody loud. Everybody have solutions. Everybody is an expert. But tomorrow morning, nobody executing nothing. Same soon start. Same procrastination dressed up as planning. And the loudest man, always progressing the least. Because people who building don't have time to perform. They busy. Let me drop an archetype here. The man sending 2-minute WhatsApp voice notes every morning about the country, but can't send one invoice. You know him. Everybody know him. And if that made you laugh, it's because it's real. Now we enter shock chamber. Trinidad rewards loudness because loudness can't be measured, but results can. We call noise confidence so we don't have to admit its insecurity. Quiet people build. Loud people perform. We respect vibes more than discipline, then complain about outcomes. A country that rewards talk over results stays in permanent planning mode. Pause this episode if you have to, because Alia know this hitting home. Sit in that silence for a second, because the truth doesn't need volume. And if you still here after that, subscribe, because you're not here for entertainment, you're here for exposure. Now let's escalate. This becomes systems. If loudness gets rewarded, institutions respond to noise instead of metrics. Government offices move when you get loud, not when you're right. Workplaces promote the talker, not the producer. Families respect the shouter, not the stable one. So loudness becomes survival. And once loudness becomes survival, it becomes identity. Now here's the deeper contradiction. We're proud of being bold, proud of speaking our mind, proud of being loud, but embarrassed of being disciplined. We celebrate somebody who cuss out authority, but ignore somebody quietly building a business. We praise rum shop philosophers, but overlook the man waking early doing real work. So loudness becomes our national costume. Looks like strength, but plenty times it's just performance. Now add the future projection. If we keep rewarding noise over results, the next generation will grow up believing talking is working. They'll think speeches equal progress. They'll think volume equals value. And they'll inherit the same stagnation we're complaining about today. And here's the leadership indictment. That's why we elect performers and then wonder why nothing performs. Because we chose voice over vision, noise over systems, personality over productivity. So let's end this plainly. If you ever rewarded loudness just because it's loud, you contributed. If you ever ignored a quiet builder because they're not flashy, you contributed. If you ever chose vibes over competence, you contributed. And if that makes you uncomfortable, good. Growth starts there. Share this episode with the loudest person you know who are allergic to results. And if you value results in a noise culture, subscribe because you're rare. Reflect honestly, think critically, and as always, ask yourself